Hey everybody, welcome. It's Monday here. We're going to jump into a Theros Beyond Death traditional draft. That means best of 3. That means this could take a while. This can be a grindy format. Maybe we'll force Boros just to speed things up. No, we're going to take whatever we find is the best card in the pack that we open and go from there. See where the bots lead us and see if we can't find a monster deck by the end of this thing. If you just want to build a monster deck with constructed cards, perhaps, maybe, you could do that at cardkingdom.com, and you can check them out via my affiliate link down below. They are my sponsor. Card Kingdom's been sponsoring me for a while now, and they were the first sponsor of Limited Resources. I don't know if anybody... How many of you know that? How many of you longtime LR listeners were there when we picked up our first sponsorship of Card Kingdom? And when I got back into the content game here after leaving Wizards of the Coast, I was thrilled that Card Kingdom reached out again and wanted to continue their sponsorship of my content. I've appreciated their support of me over the years, and if you go check them out for your physical card needs, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to appreciate them for what they offer. They're an incredible Magic retail experience. You're going to be taken care of, you're going to get what you want, and you're going to see one of the best inventories in the industry when you go there. So check them out, and check them out from my affiliate link down below, and you're basically waving from me, and waving from me is a good thing for the stream. So thanks for that. Let's dive in now. 1500. We are on free-to-play 2 here. I'm going to adjust the numbers and get out of your way. Our main free-to-play account had a draft mid-progress, and we didn't want to start on a mid-progress draft, so we're switching to this secondary free-to-play account for another free draft, but not on our main free-to-play. This is THB Bo3, and we're 0-0. All right. Now, what rare do we have? I haven't even seen the pack yet. You all staring at it. Oh, it's a Test and Champion. Yeah, nice. Fight Beast. Fight Centaur is good. What else do we like in here? Oh, Myers Grasp. Myers Grasp is great, obviously. But this is a build-around engine that we're not going to pass. So yeah, take the champ and focus on seeing if we can't Constellation, because that Constellation, this is maybe one of the better Constellation ETBs in the set. Just gets bigger and you draw cards. So good. And only 3 mana. Wanderer is another payoff for Constellation. And this Grove Dancer probably wheels to support the Wanderer. The bots have not shown any interest in Grove Dancer, really. Yeah, at least Hydra's growth gets a lot better under Champ, but you're still talking, Lizard, about a place where you're saying, let's use Champion to make a strikeout home run card better. And but beware of trying to use one card to justify another. Not that Hydra's growth can't just be played because it has that upside. So yeah, anyway, yeah, it was pretty easy for me to take another nice reward for dropping enchantments. And then I like potentially a Witness here. Lionfish is on theme, but really not that powerful. But if we can wheel this, great. Like, I'd be happy to pick this up on the wheel. And yeah, Mama, you can get a Witness, or you can get probably actually a Spirit Mantle. Might be my next pick out of this pack. Mogus's Favor. We could also spin into black here with a Mogus's Favor. Obviously, that's pretty solid. Recasting this a bunch with a champion out is nice, but I think Witness is good enough. Manticore, yeah, that's true. Manticore adds to it as well. I guess I'm mentally leaning away from red-green, even though I've had... we played a Satyr deck that was pretty good in red-green, but that was very specific. I could pull this one, but I'm on Witness. I guess there's enough that I'm willing to pull this, because people have called out a couple different cards here. So let's see where people's heads are at anyway. We have a Manticore for the red uncommon there. And then we have Witness. And we have, I think you could make an argument for Hierophant, but given what this deck is up to, I think if we take a black card, we're on favor. So I'll call that favor, and then see if see how conflicted we really are here. You can say other too if you want. If you don't agree with any of those three picks, give me an other, and I'll take a note of that as well. But I'm on witness, I think. But you could make a good argument for the other two. They both really do fit in. I just am, yeah, I would want to lean blue-green before leaning red-green. Yeah, all right, so there was some support for the other two, but not a ton. We'll take the witness and move on. Here we have a lot of other things that could go with what we're doing. Seaguard is super boring. We can't really take this. I can't see, even though it matches one of our colors, it's kind of the worst of our options. We've got Dawn Evangel, and Dawn Evangel has been hard to get working, but if we ended up green-white, that's also a very, very heavy constellation pair, and so that could work out. If we don't do that, we're looking at an Omen, banking back towards red, and this is a flash constellation, you know. Suddenly making the champ +1/+1 is a legit like combat trick with here. And then Forerunner, I can't see taking a Forerunner here. It's on our main color, and it's an enchantment, but I just don't prioritize this that early. And Ragehound is good too. Pious Wayfarer also works in the aggro white-green constellation, but we want to try and get these late. Maybe we wheel this. Seems unlikely, but maybe. Dawn Evangel. So I think it's Omen or Dawn Evangel. I don't think you can justify Seaguard or Wayfarer here. So we are starting on a third color either way. I could pull this again, but I'm just going to go with my gut and take the Dawn Evangel. I'm with you, War Furnace. I haven't liked it much, but this isn't a very stacked pack. Maybe this is better in the abstract, but this feels like a better pick toward what we're doing with our powerful first two picks. So yeah, so I'm not taking this because I'm excited and think it's amazing. I like green-white here with where we've started better than red-green, and between the white cards we have available and the green cards, I would rather try and like wheel one of these and just take the underwhelming but still playable here Dawn Evangel. Well, here's another Dawn Evangel, but like I think we just kind of want the Hero or Wave Rider or Pride. Hero the Pride, Wave Rider, or Omen. Flicker is interesting too. We could just get another Dawn Evangel though. What do you think? I think I'll pull this one. I'm confused now. Help me, chat. Help me. We're going to Dawn number 2. You can try and make it work. I mean, certainly having 2 means we can focus in on stuff like Hero. You know, Hero is not really on plan. Hero is a good card here, but it's not really on plan, which is why I'm a little torn. And then Omen here is going to mean the green Omen. And I don't think there's anything else. I'll say Wave Rider. Maybe you want a Wave Rider here, but I think we're just talking about whether we're going for another Dawn Evangel, a Hero, or an Omen. I think those are the main things we're considering. We could take the second Dawn Evangel and really just hone in on the green-white and really try and make it sing. But this is a weird one because they're all just okay. I think the Hero is like the best card, but it's the least synergistic, you know? Interesting. A lot of Omen support for potential splash and being on theme. I guess we also have the Wanderer. All right, I'll take the Omen. I'll follow chat. Cut green? No, I think if we cut green, we're cutting our 2 best cards if we cut green right now, but we're not married to green yet. You're saying the bots are on green. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You think the bots value green and therefore it's bad to be in green? Is that what you're saying about the bot situation? Oh, cut the bots on green. Gotcha. But versus cut there made a difference. Why would you cut a color pack one? Pick one? In that case, you would be identifying that a strong card in the pack, but maybe not the strongest card in the pack, is the only color of that card in the pack, and therefore, by taking it, you start the process of cutting it from going downstream. But anyway, back to this. We have, if we're in white, the Revoke Existence would be good. If we're in blue, the Wave Rider would be good. We could also hedge towards an Omen. Or a Lampad. The black card, black is good, and these are but of course, one of the things with black is it's so good, you see playables throughout the pack and think it might be open. But I think it is time to take a black card. I don't know what we're adding to green here, but I am gonna take a Lampad. I don't think I end up with too many of these, although this is best of 3. I forgot. I've been in a best of 1 mentality, but this is much better in best of 3. But I'll continue to hedge. I'm gonna draft the really hard way here and try and find our way towards the right pair. So this is another interesting spot, kind of decision time, really, or at least hedge time. We've got the Envoy, which obviously goes right into what we're trying to do with Wanderer and Champion. And then we've got Naiad of the Hidden Coves, which supports the Witness, is a enchantment creature. But Envoy actually also works with Dawn Evangel can get it back. So let's take the Envoy and start heading towards this white. Although here's an enemy, although we don't like that very much. Here's a Revoke we can grab, or a Hero. Okay, I think we're finding that white is open enough. We should be there. Do you think we should be Hero here? Hero is not on theme in a direct way. It is not an enchantment creature. However, we are looking to pick up auras at this point with the Envoy, and Hero getting some auras does nice things for your team. But we are in best of 3, where Revoke Existences go up in value, because there are some decks where you'd play 4 of these, right? And you can't run 4 of these in best of 1, but in best of 3, having access to 4 is something you'd be thrilled about, because you could just dominate some decks with 4 Revoke Existences. So that's the pitch. A lot of polls today, but a lot of close ones. I'm going to call it Hero versus Revoke. And what do you think we should do here? I think I'll put it in curve view too as you figure this out, but I think Hero's another 2-drop that could be getting back with the Dawn Evangel. Man. Yeah, but if this were best of 1, it would be a no-brainer for me, but best of 3 makes me want to start picking these up. Look at that. Yeah, okay, well, good to know I found a tough one. So I get to break the tie. I'm going to go with Hero. I'm going to go with the solid main deck card versus the card that the only reason it's not clearly in second is this is best of 3. So I'm going to focus on my main deck here and take the Hero. But yeah, that's another great point. I like what Strix has pointed out. We are looking to be green-white at this point, and green-white has access to Return to Nature, which is strictly better than Revoke. So we do have lots of chances to get, supplies here, you might say. I think I like a Glory Bearers at 4 over a Colossus at 6. But I am going to cut the blue and black now. I think Glory Bearers... I think we could take Spirit Mantle, the Starlit Mantle too, though. This was in our opener. And really, let's look at that, because we can take Glory Bearers and have 4 decent white cards. We take Starlit Mantle and we have 2 very good blue cards. I don't think I'm going to pull this, but I did want to call out that it's not just a no-brainer to pass the Starlit Mantle here. Yeah, and that's a good point. Wizard points out we're still in pack 1. This is a pretty replaceable card. I actually am going to take the Starlit Mantle. Glory Bearers is imminently replaceable, and we'll probably get access to more. So I'm going to continue to hedge a little bit and try to listen to what the bots are telling us, really, as we continue to draft. And the Grove Dancer I was hoping would come back has come back. Oh, is it Exile? That's fair. Sorry, it is definitely not strictly better. I was thinking Revoke Existence was destroyed, but Exile does make it not. It's R&D would not call that strictly. So here we have a flicker or a second omen. We don't currently have plans to splash. We're trying to figure out whether we're blue or versus white. But to that end, we can take an omen. We know we're green. This would allow us to be both. We could be Bant. If we take this, we could pretty easily be Bant with the Nessian Wanderer to trigger as well. Yes, we do have a lot of tricksy stuff we can do with the flicker, though. Okay, I'm on flicker for now. Oh, no. But now I'm going to go Wayfarer over second flicker. Wow, all the flickers we want, and the agonizing pick in which I pulled to see if we were taking a second Dawn Evangel. Well, we got it anyway. So, remember how we're totally green? So, well, we can just cut the green, or we can look to get more color fixing, but I'm glad we took the mantle now. So we're obviously taking that, but now we got to see what to do next. And frankly, this just, okay, fine, we're abandoning green, I guess. Like, how do we not? Now we take this? There's the Hydra's growth that someone was super excited about having a legitimate chance to play in the context of this draft, but now we're facing this. It's possible it's the splash still, but I think for here it's pretty easy Pegasus. So I'm gonna take the Pegasus here. We're still trying to figure out exactly how we're approaching this. I haven't said anything because I don't know exactly what we're doing yet. For example, we could take an amulet here, try to get more omens, and be Bant splashing a late game Dream Trawler. But that just seems wrong to me. Yeah, I think we just want Pilgrim here, right? White's pretty open. Let's keep hammering on the white and see if we can't pick up. Oh, look at that. That's the Return to Nature we were talking about. But we don't even know if we're playing that anymore, because things have gotten confusing around here thanks to another Dream Trawler. Lost Pride is awfully weak. I think we probably just take the Return to Nature. Yeah, do we? Is there an aura here? Did I pass an? We have a mantle. Or are you talking about last pick? All right, I'm going to take Leonin. It's not great, but we'll take it. Ugh. All these flickers start to wear thin, and Phalanx Tactics is really not kind of what this deck is trying to do, but maybe it is. I mean, ugh. Why'd you have to show a trawler? You've confused things. Right. Right, Keller? We can take the altar, but what is, I guess... I guess the opportunity cost for altar is pretty low here. I like tactics in a more aggressive deck, but we are pretty aggressive here. I think I'm going to take the tactics over this altar. I don't like this card that much. And Spider's okay as well, but I don't know if we're green anymore. But this is a decent trick, and we have a hero, you know, like... We have enough low stuff that we are aggressive enough, I think, to make this work. More Dawn Evangel. We can get Sweet Oblivion for the board in case of grind. But probably just another Dawn Evangel here. You want a Wave Rider? Yeah, Wave Rider is also possible. We're pretty empty at 4. We only have one aura currently. Unfortunately, I mean, we haven't really had the chances to... it's not like we've passed a bunch of auras. But we got pack 3. We'll make it work. Well, it's a 3/3, so hopefully it's like a 3/3 flyer. But yeah, dismissal is some interaction that we wouldn't hate to have if we don't end up with any in other colors. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, I'm going to take some interaction. Memory drain. Nothing here for us in anything, so we'll take a blue card at least. Man, this armchair spider's still here. We have a mantle, though. We have a Sentinel's Eyes. I think we just want a second mantle. Second mantle or first eyes? You know, eyes. Learn for the eyes. I guess it comes back. We don't have any escape yet, really. All right. Nice omen here. Still don't think we're ever playing this, although we, you know, so I'm going to leave the green in for now, but I'm going to put this Nexus Wardens in the board. Sure don't want to play memory drains, but we'll see where we end up. See how much, see, I mean, like, is this just, did we go off the rails? Would we be better off if we had just opened some random rare that was not Dream Trawler and we were on our original plan right now? I don't know. I do think there's some consequence to following the Pack 2 bomb, for sure. Really, I think the sword is terrible. I mean, that's not useful. When would I play the sword? So when would I play, it's 1 mana to cast, 3 mana to equip, which is my real problem, for a +2 bonus. To run that in this set, I would need to be aggro evasion, not auras. Like, and even there, I don't know. Yeah, Liar we pretty much have to take here based on the fact that it's incredible interaction. And then say goodbye to... Also, this is a free-to-play too. We don't need to consider gem drafting, like, at all. This is not an account we're expecting to 4x anything, so we don't care about this from a gem standpoint. We're going to take the Liar, and we're going to hope like heck that we wheel the Training. Training is really a critical card for this deck, but it's just too early to take it here. All right, this is helpful. We like a commanding presence for what we're trying to do. Although, you know, we've gone away from... I mean, the reason we wanted to do all this aura stuff or enchantment stuff was champion Wanderer, which we're looking less likely to do. However, if we're going to play an Envoy, we need reasons to be playing it, and this is a good one. Yeah, this is a decent pack for us. Although, again, we're not green, so I really don't actually love... There's not a lot of great green here or blue. So taking the pack here, to me, just means Bounty, Presence, Unicorn, and Eyes. But we'll take Presence. Yeah, we need targets for our Pilgrim, or what are we even doing? Flickers are just showing up everywhere. This will probably come late. Here's where we can take another Mantle. I would like a Revoke Existence, but it's more important for us to pick up the auras here. This could have been fun. I wish this had been our pack 2 pick 1. That being said, we're not going to take it here. We're just not close enough to that. We can take a Pegasus. Yeah, I really don't want to play these memory drains, so maybe we just need a Pegasus. Another Wanderer, but here we can grab another Pilgrim. We now have enough density in auras that I would run 2 Pilgrims. And I think we can cut the green now. Yeah, wouldn't we like an apathy? Way too late for a dreadful apathy, though. If a dreadful apathy comes, then they need to fix the bots. But we'll take Pilgrim here. Fishify could happen. Woof. We could take another Pilgrim. All right, now we got to do the counting. It's the counting. We have a Sentinel's Eyes. We have 2 Starlit Mantles, and we have a Commanding Presence. So we currently have 4 auras and 2 pilgrims. We could take a 5th aura for the 2 pilgrims, or we could take a 3rd pilgrim for 4 auras. Sounds like it's probably either Glory Bearers or Sentinel's Eyes here. I certainly don't want to go 3 pilgrims, 4 auras, so it's got to be Glory or Eyes. And we're continuing to be pretty light on 4s, so Glory does fit the curve reasonably. And 4 auras with 2 pilgrims, I think is good. We effectively have 6 cards that represent an aura draw. Not if we go to the bottom of our deck or anything, but yeah, I don't think this is a Chariot deck. I'm really not interested in the Chariot here. It's not an unplayable card, but I wouldn't take it over just like the Glory Bearers, for example. And yeah, I think I've talked myself into Glory Bearers number 1 over 5th aura. Hey, nice. Wow, what a gift. Oh, but look. Oh man. What do we take? We're not green anymore. I'm just more lamenting that we finally get a blessing and it's like pick 7, pack 3. Jeez. Fishify or Chimera. This is searchable though. This is searchable removal. Like if we pick up a Fishify, we have 3 copies of it with 2 pilgrims. Yeah, so almost creature count doesn't matter to me. I would love this Chimera, but I think this is exactly what we need. Our current creature count, though, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if you want to count that, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're not even that low on creatures, maybe low on creature quality. But yeah, a sad fish in that we would dearly love to snap up this nice Chimera, but this is exactly what we requested. So we're going to take it. The plan can be stall till Trawler, but I don't know how good we are at that. I think the plan is more like pretend you're a deck that doesn't have a Trawler until it shows up and closes the game you were working on anyway. Because we're actually kind of on the aggressive side of things, really, outside of the Trawler. Nothing for us here. I guess we'll take an Omen in case we decide to go back to green for some reason. Here's a Wayfarer. We happy with that? Are we? This is the fundamental how aggressive are we question, because this is very not like, this is frankly control-y. Here, let's get some Vigilant Lifelink and slowly plunk away till you can get there on a 2-power flyer. You know, this is like, let's curve out and go, man. And I don't know if we have the enchantment count to really love these Wayfarers. Also, let me get out of your way a little bit. Hey, Rudis, glad you can make it. Welcome. Any opinions here? Pegasus versus, I think the general usefulness of the Pegasus outweighs the any benefit. Like maybe we'll play the 1, but I don't think we need 2 of these. And we are trying to get to this. Like this does support this plan more. Wow, look at that. They can't. These were in our tough running of this good pack when it was here the first time. I think we take. I'll pull this one. But before you vote, let's do our counting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 auras and 2 aura searchers, right? Am I missing anything? Okay, so given that, now I'm going to pull it. Now that I just wanted to make sure those numbers were known before we decide on bounty. or eyes? Where am I at? I think I'm on bounty. Where's auras? I'd throw a Sentinel's Eyes on that turn 2, for example. Harv is on poop. Sorry, Harv. Yeah, it looks like Chad is way on bounty. Croaker wants the Mirage Lands. You got it. Although, Croaker, if you want, we now have... Oh, no, this isn't... Sorry, this isn't our main free-to-play. I was going to say we could go buy special lands on our main free-to-play, but that's not where we're at. Okay, well, we got the Wayfarer back, or another Flicker. I don't know what we're even... it's like... Yeah, Flicker's fun. We already have one. I don't know if we're playing 2. We're playing 2 of these. I end up cutting them. It's not that they're not useful. They do useful things, but if you're trying to find your way down to 40, they often are sacrificed as being a little narrow. You know, it has some setup cost before you're guaranteed usefulness out of them. But we're also pretty low on interaction. That being said, yeah, I'm going to go with the Wayfarer here. And this, might even play that. Another Wayfarer, all right. Well, how aggro are we? Here's our numbers. 18 creatures, 11 non. Are any obvious cuts? Obvious stinkers? Don't think we're playing tactics in this deck. It's not unplayable, and it's very good in aggro hero, but I don't think it's where we're at. This is more like out here. Maybe it's like here. Yeah, that's the fundamental question. How many of these do we want, right? And that's kind of what I'm looking at. Dread Pirate, I don't like that as the fundamental strategy. I don't want to go into this thinking, look, all we got to do is just survive until our trawler shows up. I want to play it more like, let's say we don't ever find our trawler. How are we going to win these games? And play it that way. And then when the trawler shows up, fist pump, we kind of take over. But I think we should be looking at trying to basically assessing how we win without trawling. I think we cut the Seaguard here. Allows us to be really heavy white. That's a double blue creature. Back to these Wayfarers. If we cut all of them, what does it look like? We're at 1410. One Pegasus? No, I like these Pegasi, and it's not like we're heavy at 4. I don't know. This could be the deck for it. We actually have, we have the Sentinel's Eyes and the Mantles to throw on stuff that's about to die, but War Furnace, it's not that Seaguard isn't playable, it's that I don't like the double blue at 4 in the deck, but Evangel is going to be a 3/4? You mean just because we're going to put +1/+1 auras on it? Yeah, we have a few of those. Let's cut 1. I can do that. But then it goes to 13. I don't like going that low on creatures. We could put the Seaguard back. Yeah, Flicker was on the short list. Like, Flicker or Stern Dismissal are both similar forms of interaction. We could do like that and like that. I like this. There's some nitpicky stuff we could decide on. How many Pious Wayfarers? How many Pegasi? Is it how many Dawn Evangels? Flicker versus Dismissal? But we're getting into the nitty gritty part of the selection process. You know, do we press on our blue to be able to run the Sea Guard? Let's just call this a deck for now, and I think we go 10-7. Oh, where's the Mirage? Looking for the Mirage set symbol. Anybody see it? Not on this one. They don't have Mirage planes? Am I just missing it? Oh, maybe I don't have Mirage on this account. Yeah, this is a so that's what's going on here. Yeah, I just somehow I don't know how you get Mirage lands, but apparently we don't have them. Is there something I need to do in the store? Like, well, okay. Well, this account just doesn't have them then. Eldraine, says Croaker. Okay. Eldraine we should have. Should have multiple Eldraine, so I'm going to do Dealer's Choice Eldraine. Here's one. That's pretty. All right. And boxed in Intervention. Sorry, go back here and suggest, and then I'm going to go. You like 10-7? I think we're 10-7. That's kind of why I wanted to cut that Sea Guard. Got a couple of double blues, but both of them can be very useful late. So I'll do this. No, I haven't done any Theros codes yet. But I don't want to do them on this account anyway. If people are giving, we'll do them on the other account. And what are we naming this? We pivoted to Trawler Dream Chaser. All right, here we go. Game 1, match 1. I can do a par poll. This is a best of 5, or sorry, best of 3. So 5 win max. What do you think? If we were to play this deck 1,000,000 times, how many matches on average would we be closest to winning? Looks keepable. It's got Dream Trawler in it, and we got some stuff to do early. Obviously, would like to see some islands, some land of any kind, really. I'll take a plains for the Pilgrim. But there's an island. Nice. No attacks for us, though. We are very non-interactive, so when I start to see this, I'm like, ugh, I don't know what, you know, we just have to get to our game ender, really. Maybe the bounce spell would be better than Flicker. I don't know. I don't know what we're hoping to Flicker on our side. Flicker just feels like clever, you know? but not necessarily the best. All right, we got to figure out what we're going to grab with Pilgrim. We have no flyer. Well, we have Witness, so we can think ahead towards dropping something on the Witness, but it'll get the commanding. We probably just want Fishify, get our removal. Yeah, can't do much about 2/4s at the moment. We could... That's nice to get our second island, obviously. We're now closing in on curving out to Trawler. Might need to save the commanding presence to just try and do that. Oh, no, sorry. Appreciate the heads up. I think somebody mentioned that before. We didn't see it. Anyway, we'll play Island, and I don't know if we're doing either of these right now, really. Like, do we really need to shrink Daxos? We could. Maybe that's worth it. Commanding Presence does give first strike. We could do that defensively. It's just that my instinct with auras that need to survive to have effect is to wait on them. Yeah, I don't like the presence because of that. So I'm going to say no attacks. And I just don't like sending this out as a defensive play, although the Pilgrim's already paid for itself. I mean, we could just make a 3/4 first striker, and that wouldn't be the worst. But I also don't think with this hand we're in a big hurt. Like, we can give them one more turn here of holding our powerful stuff, and then we can go Witness into hopefully Trawler with one more land of any kind. And I'm just kind of to play to the Witness Trawler game here. Because Daxos, yeah, we can't really block him, but 2 a turn is not ridiculous. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. So stinks to not do anything on our 4th turn, and we could have. I made a deliberate decision not to spend mana because our future looked powerful enough that we could withstand it, but then Oppo dumps super wide on the very next turn, does a 2-spell turn with 2 2-drops. We could now be really pushing it in terms of getting out aggroed, having Oppo go wide and get us, but hopefully the Witness helps. If they take care of the Witness here, I think we're actually in trouble. If the Witness sticks around to do its defensive work, then we should be fine. Yeah, that's a good point. Tim Nose points out that rather than Witness, we could have gone Commanding Presence protected by Al Sayed. That would have been a line also. Yeah, I don't know what the right line there is, but that one's reasonable. Yeah, we have no real way to interact with the Hydra, unfortunately. To the point that... Okay, they clearly have Blessing, but we can put everything on the hero, and it kills it through Blessing, and then if we draw land, we just untap and Dream Trawler. And if they do have Blessing, they get only 2 of the 3 creatures anyway. But then it becomes indestructible, right? This sure feels like Blessing, right? Yeah, Panda's correct. So I don't think they make this attack unless they have Blessing. So then how are we approaching beating Blessing? We could go like this, and this, and then they can only really save one of them, right? So let's do this. Ryokei mob would make this without blessing. Well, I like this block with or without blessing, so I'm going to go for it. Whoa. Give us a land, deck. No land, but we can throw out the Pegasus, and it can block here. Yeah, obviously I didn't expect that. Obviously. Okay, that's interesting. We can put the Evangel down and go Mantle. We can also just Commanding Presence and create a Chumper. You don't... I think the eyes are good. Who doesn't appreciate the eyes, Pirate? Yeah, let's go Presence and make a Chumper. It doesn't look like they have much here based on how they played that last turn. So I'm going to do this and start cranking out chumps. And now we can untap. If they don't kill this now, okay, well, we can just go Trawler, but there's also... there's a reasonable argument to be made for just lifelink and keeping up Mantle and gaining some life and not even letting them know we have the Trawler. So, yeah, I think it's actually safer to just go for some lifelink now. Yeah, Oppo agrees. We didn't have to show him the Trawler. Weird plays from Oppo, but they are showing a deck that we kind of have trouble with if they play it smart, because we really don't have much interaction. I kind of want to bring in the Dismissal just to have some additional interaction. Maybe we cut the Flicker for the Dismissal. I mean, Flicker's interaction as well, but Dismissal is real setback interaction. And Flicker is more cutesy interaction. I like making sure they have to repay for whatever we do. Yeah, that's also... I think we can reasonably justify this. That does make me want to do this, though, which I don't love. But we also added a Dismissal, so it makes some sense on that front as well. Is a Pegasus the right thing to cut, or do we want to cut, you know... I like the Omen. Maybe one Pegasus for the Sea Guard is correct, though. Yeah, the air is pretty good to us, but 3 Pegasi is a lot. What do you want to cut if we don't cut a Pegasus? Do you like this Pegasus cut for the Sea Guard on the defense down below? Or do you want to play all 4 of these and cut something else? Yeah, I'm at 8 Island. Sorry, I'm covering it up, but let me get to it here. I did that switch already. Okay, let's try this then. Two Pegasi is good. They're kind of a diminishing returns card in the sense that if one might be good, but 2 or 3 probably are not going to be that good. What do we do here? Oppo going first, so we have a chance to draw to some of our early plays, but we know they're aggro. So if we keep this, we could just get run over. And it's pretty dangerous to count on something before 4. Although, honestly, I think we'll probably mulligan, but this isn't as bad a keep as I think maybe it looks like. We have a lot of cards. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3. We're going to draw 3 cards before our third turn. So we have 3 shots at finding action before turn 3. And most of our deck is action before turn 3. So I'm going to mulligan it, but only because I know we're up against aggro. And if we stumble at all, we could be in bad shape. All right, we'll keep this and bin an island, and then look pretty solid. But we're still in this, you know, now we have something to do on 3 at least. Our creature count is, I mean, low relative to the average of 15 or whatever. I think we're at 14, 13 or 14 with an omen. So we're not actually that low on creatures relative to typical standards. Favorite card art. That's a hard one, but my kind of all-time classic favorite is Thought Leech. Love me some Tadine. Always just creeped me out as a young Magic player. All right, I'm going to go Heliod's Pilgrim here, and we'll find some removal again, and then we have something that can block the Leonin. And, yeah, I'm going to get our removal again. Yeah, new card, Thought Leech. Y'all can see it. Oh, you can't see it, but you can click on that, I suppose. I have auto card anywhere, so I can see it. Commanding Presence. Well, we could chump, save 5, save them from a creature, but then what are we doing? How are we getting out of this? We play Glory Bearers, and then it well, that's still gonna just get first striked out of the way. This is tough. Yeah, I think we chump with the Pilgrim here. Although we could try and use this to like double block to take out a hero later. And it's probably worth the 5 here. I'm gonna block, prevent both the 5 damage and the creation of the 1/1. And then try to get our own setup here. And it looks like we can kind of do it. Okay, so there's a couple ways we could approach this. We can fishify it, and then it becomes a 2/3 first strike. And a 2/3 first strike is imminently manageable. So it won't have, let's see. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, it loses all abilities and is a blue fish. Does it lose the Commanding Presence ability? If it loses all that stuff, and it loses the... That means it loses the Create Soldier? Yeah, I am no layering timestamp pro here, so I don't know how this all works. But if you all feel that way, let's go ahead and do that then. And at least shrink it down and reduce... and turn it into a pretty boring creature, and then we can set up a defense after this. If we can go Witness into a Commanding Presence of our own, that should be pretty good. There is no better play here than the Witness, so we're going to do it, but we are looking tight. Looking tight. With the hero and all this go wide, we're probably dead. That sure doesn't help, but that actually doesn't kill us, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably sets us up for death next turn, though. I thought we were okay. We were actually okay until the Witness got removed. If we had Witness and then could go like Sunmane Pegasus, hold up Lifelink, and then Commanding Presence, Lifelink, Sunmane Pegasus, that would have been an angle, right? So we Witness survives, drop Sunmane, activate Lifelink, and then, yeah, okay, now we're just dead. That was a weird tank oppo. I guess he had to do the math. Tapped out, waiting to die. Maybe we need to bring in the Wayfarers, another Wayfarer, because they're playing multiple Lost Prides. The Wayfarers actually block those. They don't block much else, though. I guess they block these. I don't know, it's 4 toughness. Those wanting to drop Glory Bearers, I'm actually more inclined to lose like a... maybe the Dawn Evangel. Yeah, maybe we do need a Flicker back. Run them both. And we have Stern Dismissal for that as well, but looks like we could use both. Well, Mantle... I guess we have enough auras left over to do that. And honestly, I don't know if the blue mana is worth... like, why do we want to keep a 2/5 for 2 blue over a 3/4 for 3 and a white that actually has some upside? Like, yeah, this is a little slow or whatever, but it even works as a counterspell at 3. I'm going to keep this in. I hear what you're saying, though. It's not amazing against aggro. You don't often have time for this. I mean, maybe you could... it just seems tough to cut. Because it is like one of our answers to the auras they're doing. All right, I will cut the Sea Guard, but I'm going to leave the 8/9 and go. I think Sea Guard is the right cut over the Glory Bearers. It's 1 point of toughness versus a much tougher cost and no upside on your other creatures. Yeah, even though they're going wide with Dorks, the Liar is still a must play, I think. Oh, boy. All right, I'm keeping this. We have our bomb. We have 4 to the mana towards it. We have some early interaction if we need it. And hopefully we don't. But I'm not mulliganing this. We need to get some luck, but we're going to keep. We have Dismissal to survive a monster start from Oppo. Glad it's working for you, Squirrel. And Omen is nice. If they go for some crazy aura here, we even have the Dismissal, but what I'm really hoping for is to throw a 1/1 soldier token in front of that Alseid next turn. Oh my gosh, please! 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 Please, please, please! And the pre-combat Alseid. The pre-combat Chimera to make it so the Alseid can't even save the Leonin. Put our own Alseid out there now. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'm trying. Yeah, we may Stern the Chimera, but let's see if they... I want to wait for them to... They're showing auras, so we have to give them a chance to put an aura there. Oni, welcome back, man. How you been? Yeah, I'm kind of on the take 3 scry plan. Let's just get our trawler out and win, huh? Like, that's pretty good too, but I'm still gonna go with plan A here, which is cast a Dream Trawler. Dream Trawler. Can't say Dream Trawler. We'll get Pegasus first, leave the island underneath, and then we go island Pegasus next turn with Stern Dismissal up, and then we have island Trawler after that with Flicker of Fate to discard to it to save it. So I like this keep. Yeah, we want them to go for like Commanding Presence or something here, but no luck so far on that front. I'm going to take 6. That's okay. That makes me want to put them back a little bit. Although, do we even need to? We're about to have a trawler out. Well, now we dismiss the Chimera. It's pretty trivial for them to recast. I think we do dismiss. That's what I'm just thinking about here. And I think we dismiss Herald. Why do you care about Herald versus Chimera? I guess it doesn't really matter. It's going to be... They're both 3 mana. It's not a flying... I mean... If we have the Flicker, it's not a flying blocker unless they do something to put on it, in which case we have the Flicker. Well, we might. It feels like a waste... Harv, maybe, but we're at 12 life, and they dumped a serious go-wide situation on the table. And if we get and keep a Dream Trawler alive, we ought to just win. So I was hyper-conservative about making sure we survive the next turn. Yeah, it's possible we lose the Flicker to save the Trawler, but... unlikely. Most people don't even bother trying because it's just trading cards, but it depends. If they want to turn their removal spell into a discard spell, they can certainly go for it. Yeah, neither of us seem to be playing much removal. We both sides of this matchup seem to be about, well, here's what I got. Can you beat it with creatures? Because oh, I don't have a cardboard open. Sorry, my computer restarted overnight and I forgot. I gotta start an update. All right, gotta do it. Oh, thanks. I'll do that too. So they're going 9 here and offering us Pegasus, but we can make Pegasus lifelink, and we'll end up getting 5 off of the Trawler. 5, 6, 7. So we're to virtual 19. We can just take 9. I think Oppo is doing the correct thing. They're doing what they can to stay aggressive against a really oppressive card here in the Trawler. And we're gonna go like so. Oh yeah, we're not playing lands. Now, I think we have to offer a trade here, but we can do it in a lifelinky way. Yeah, we can't risk death here. Well, nothing here was pumped by the Herald. So they can do it after combat for no change. Well, we need to actually find some action here. We might be on defense with our trawler, which would stink, but let's see. All right, not on defense with the trawler, it turns out. Seaguard would not be any better than the 3/4 though, right? Which is kind of my point. Yeah, we'll attack, see what they want to do. Ooh, we got that too. Now I'm going to go ahead and play a land. We have enough that we want to do here that we want to start getting lands back out and do this and have Island to save and Thassa's if we want it. I'm just going to do this now, though. Why get silly about it? Hey, Fulato, welcome. Glad to have you here. Come on, deck. Are we going to lose to a... Oh, boy. Yeah, we probably need to draw cards now. I want to find something to get in the way. That's true. We just hold intervention. I mean, there's no uncounterable, right, in green-white? Like, what are they going to do? We counter anything they do to... They need 2 spells and 2 very good spells to have any chance here. Yeah. Dream Trawler made that one easy. That's why we pivoted to it when we opened it pack 2, pick 1. Feels like you should try to be in white or blue in this format in case you open a Trawler pick 2 and you can pivot. Another 5-2 split, which is not great, but in this case, one of our 5-2 split cards is a Liar, where we can go on 3, play a Liar, on 4, eliminate their best threat, on 5, play an excellent blocker, so we're going to keep this. Oh, I did. I'm just not in the right spot. Hold on. Oh, it's off. Wait, that's what's going on. Hold on. My sub notification is still broken, sorry. Low on my priority list, frankly, to figure that out, although it's probably a 5-minute problem if I just turn my head to it. Something to do on 3 besides Liar is cool. Liar is good, but it's awfully clunky. You want to get it going, and then it's amazing. We'll go Pilgrim. We do have removal in the Liar, so we could get something beside, and we've been getting Fishify with this, but I'm kind of on the Commanding Presence plan here with the Witness. Or Starlit Mantle for the Witness, but yeah, I kind of like taking the risk on Presence, although we telegraph it, they know it's coming, so that's where my head went, though. Let's do it. I love it. If they want to use Omen there, no problem at all. Here we'll just go with Bounty and Liar. And follow with the Witness. Yikes, that's intimidating to see when you've got a 1 toughness out. As soon as they do anything on our turn spell-wise, we're going to lose our Alseid. I mean, you could mantle it or something, but probably just let it go. I don't want to work too hard to save this, because it's not even doing its main job yet, which is saving something else important, and it won't be able to do it next turn because we're going to tap out for the Witness anyway. So they may just get the Life's Bounty right away. I don't know if there's a single red instant. Good question. You can Google it, by the way. You can, for any format in Magic, basically Google instance in blank, and then somebody has compiled a list of things so you can look it up in the spot like this pretty quickly. Infuriate. Well, there you go. I guess they don't have Infuriate. Okay, so can Liar down the 4 power, which actually I don't hate, because if we play the Witness, we're looking to end up trading off for a 4 power anyway. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Creature or enchantment you control. Okay, so I may as well overtap. I'm not going to overtap. I'm going to pretend like we have something here. But I want to pretend we have a blessing. Not blocking, so I'm attacking. Yeah, we could throw Presence on Alseid, but it's not where I want to spend my mana, and really not where I want to put the Presence. I mean, it does create a 3 power of First Strike, which doesn't suck here. But I'm still going to go with Plan A, which is Witness protected by Alseid. Yeah, we had to try it. I didn't mention the counter because my general philosophy is make them have it. I mean, we're not going to, like, not cast a spell because we think they might have a counter. Well, of the ways for them to nullify our Witness, that is the one that Alseid does not help with. Now we're going to have to go with Presence on Alseid and hope it's good enough. At least we'll get Presence on Alseid with Starlit Mantle available. Why does what not work? Oh, because my point is, what my plan was, A, they try and burn our Witness of Tomorrows. Oh, we save it with Alseid of Life's Bounty. Alseid of Life's Bounty cannot save a Witness enchanted by Fishify. Oh, okay, can give it pro. Oh, sorry, I'm dumb. So can we get them? Oh, yeah, we can. Sweet. Sorry, that was my bad. My bad. My bad. And so we get them now? Let's try it. I was thinking it was indestructible. That's why. I didn't read my card, and I thought that what this did was give the creature indestructible. Yeah, I don't read. Yeah, you could block first, but I like making sure this actually all works out and everything before we block. All right, we're trying it. Because they can only go up to 3 power here, right? Make them have it. We're going to make them have it. Oppo doesn't read cards either, apparently. And we're lucking out now. We get Commanding Presence with Starlit Mantle backup. Man, I should read cards. Think about how much better Magic player I'd be if I read Magic cards. Oh well, I'll start tomorrow. Sure thing. Share away. As Tarith. So, do we show them the trawler? It's a little greedy to not show them the trawler. But if they do something to disrupt our win, we are pretty okay with following with the trawler, and they don't have like a discard spell. Yeah, we could go fish. But I kind of want to keep the fish to, well, you know, protect the trawler. But I guess, sure, whatever. Yeah, Logan wants to hold everything. I don't know why we want to even run the fish out. Why are we doing the fish? Because we don't want to get somehow beaten out of nowhere? I'll do this. They can know we have a Fishify. They also have a Scry coming. Yeah, next turn we get to untap Liar. That's why, like, even it looked like, oh, but we only have 6 in the air, but we really had lethal next turn with the Liar, which is why I did it. Nice, got 500 viewers. I guess the pros are all busy today. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. For those of my 500 viewers here who don't know me, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall Sutcliffe in 2009. I left that show in 2011 to work at Wizards of the Coast in Magic R&D, which I did for 5 years. Then I moved to the Arena team for a couple years, and then I left Wizards, and now I'm streaming part-time in the mornings, or my mornings anyway. So really glad to have you here. Around here, we focus on optimizing our decision making around the economy and our gameplay with an effort to continually get better at this difficult game. So, what are we sideboarding here? We've got red, blue, do stuff on your turn. We could get rid of the Alseid if we're concerned about 1 toughness, but it's not like we have a bunch of 1 toughness. We have like the Leonin and the Alseid, and they only showed the 1 Manticore. Didn't get us too yeah, it didn't get us too badly. It looks like they had some payoffs, but we didn't see any of the support for it. Pack 2 switched to Trawler out of green. Yeah, our draft started on Champion into Wanderer and looked heavy green, medium white, light blue at the end of pack 1, and then we pivoted right into blue-white when we opened Trawler 2. Now, but yeah, what are we doing here? They're pretty aggro. Maybe we want some lower down, like we can get I don't love the Evangel here, but potentially cheaper seems better. But also I like Pegasus. Maybe we do this way. Oh, yes. Nantuko calls out that the only reason I've been able to do this, folks, this job pays crap for a long, long time. You need to get quite the viewership going before streaming is a career. But I'm doing it because my wife has started working after I left Wizards in a way that is allowing me to pursue the growth of this channel. But I could not do it without her taking care of our family needs. She is now the main breadwinner of our house, and I am very thankful for that. Well, if we draw an aura, and especially if we draw like Commanding Presence, I'll sure wish I had an Envoy out, but if we don't, I think I would rather have the highest power available, so I'm going to go with the Leonin since we don't actually have the aura in hand right now. And by playing this, of course, I ensure that we draw a Commanding Presence, so that's pretty good. Oh man, Kept Man is a great gig, let me tell you. I get to play Magic with you all day instead. All right, so we get Wayfarer Envoy. Oppa went first. Looks like they're stuck on 2. I call my wife my sugar mama. Yeah, nothing to do but play out our cards, I guess. I could do it in the other order, but it doesn't really matter. The trigger of the Wayfarer by the Envoy matters not. Yeah, my wife's my sugar mama in real life, and Motor City Mama is my sugar mama on stream. How many subs have you gifted now, Mama? Mama's like crazy sub gifter. Nothing to play here that gets us a pump on the Wayfarer, so we're just going to attack before playing anything and then drop Pegasus. Sorry, Oppo, stuck on 2 stinks. We're just kind of playing our cards and... sad for them. I guess that does block the Pegasus, though, which is a good reason to do it. Pretty good from Oppo. They found their 3rd land, so they're making a game of it now. We can't attack with anything but the Leonin, and if we do... Yeah, let's just attack with the Leonin and then have intervention either as a counter or a card draw. And I do like, you know, from a design standpoint, you know, one of the things as a former game designer, I love to talk about designs that tickle me when I see them. And I really like the Thassa's Intervention design because, you know, a classic trope of the blue deck is to, well, I have a counter spell if I need it, and then if I don't need it, I can draw cards instead. And so to put both of those effects on the same modal card is pretty cool, because then you don't even need both sides. One card has the both sides that you're talking about. This can trade with the Leonin, so we are going to counter it. We could draw 2 cards, though. Is it more important to draw 2 cards or just counter this? Interesting. Like, I'm actually going to just let that happen, and we're going to draw. I want 2 cards over stopping that card. Yeah, they can already trade with Leonin, but basically, yeah, exactly. They can already trade with us if they wanted, but the thing is, we can, more to the point, we can defensively trade back. We can use the Leonin to threaten the Trickster. Not a lot of card selection here, but still worth doing. Thanks, deck. You're a peach. Well, Oppo got a little screwed. We're getting a little flooded, but hey, we got a Commanding Presence, and it's going to get us 1 good hit. I'm a little nervous that they might have something for us, but they're like, the Fishify could be incoming here. But as we saw, Fishify at least turns the Commanding Presence creature into something. But we'll go ahead and take this now, put it on our biggest flyer, and look for some... And also, a Lifelink Vigilance Commanding Presence is great. And are we happy to trade the Leonin off for the Rider at this point? I'd say yes, so I'm going to go ahead and attack with it as well. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with these too, even? I didn't think about it, but I think they had good blocks on these. These weren't good attacks, so that's okay. All right, big turn here. Do they have anything for this Pegasus? I'm expecting them to. Gotta be ready. I'm expecting Fishify or whatever, but it was a good turn, and we had to do that anyway. Oh boy, do we just win? I don't know. They have 4 cards and a lot of mana, so I'm still dubious here, but we're gonna try. And I could go with the Vigilant Lifelink thing here, but I'd rather just go for the win. All right, it was enough. Great start at 2-0. We already got some gems back. Of course, our next win will get us profit, or at least break even. That'd be nice. So let's find that.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thanks, Razor.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Let the public enemy flow.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Don't have anything until 3 here, but we're gonna keep. This is too nice of a hand to pass.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar. Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Stratic, thanks. Oh, it's a gift to Stratic from Razor.
A rap burglar.
Lucky Duck Stratic. Oppo doing some ramping here. I'm ramping. I'm stone cold ramping. Ooh, that's a good card there now, isn't it? I guess we gotta go Pilgrim, find our removal, and hope we can keep him to like one One Pegasus. Lizard asks about time limits on arena codes. I think it depends on the code. There are some time gated. They have the capability of having codes on for a certain amount of time. It depends. So it depends on the code. All right. Well, they only got one enchantment creature down. Thank goodness. We are gonna slam this on the Archon. Cardboard Live. Oh, sorry, it's not. I need to hit finish. I got distracted when I did the fresh install, but we should get it going shortly here. All right, now it should be working. Give your stream a refresh if it's not.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
So if we play the eyes here, are we just going to regret it? It doesn't. The Dawn Evangel doesn't bring it back.
A rap burglar.
We don't have anything to bring back with the Dawn Evangel, though. Wow, it's just sub crazy around here. Thank you, everybody.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
If we put the eyes on,
Some say I never heard
we
of
get
ya,
a 2/3
rap
vigilant.
burglar.
2/3 vigilant on this board does block what they're up to, except I wouldn't want to block the skirmisher in this reality. Yeah, but we can't block this. We can't block this. We can only block this with that play. And we have Pegasi coming. I'm going to wait on the eyes, although it does, if they die, I guess we get it back. And I guess if we're going to put an aura on a Pegasus, it's going to be the commanding presence anyway. All right, I will do it. I think it's pretty low value, but it's also pretty low cost because if this dies, we have the escape to get it back anyway. And no attacks, though. No other escape either, so... It's a good play from Oppo, but our Pegasus plus commanding presence will actually win that scenario.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you, East. Oh, it's still Nantuko. Thank you, Nantuko, for supporting East. I called out Mama's gifted sub count, and Nantuko's like, hold my beer. Not gonna lie, I don't think we're taking game one. I don't think we take game one if we draw a trawler at this point. Be fun to try. Can we block anything here? We can double block the skirmisher. What does double blocking the skirmisher gets us? Gets us a dead Pegasus. We do have another Pegasus behind. We take it all, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We go to 3. I don't think we can really go to 3. So, I don't think we have Flicker in the... Oh, yeah, we do have Flicker in the main, so maybe we can find Flicker. I'm gonna go ahead and take a trade because I don't think we can win with just taking all of this. So we give him a Pegasus, but we get a dead creature, and I don't know where that gets us from here, but. Like now we can, if we do, we have to play a Pegasus and chump again? Or are we trying to find something with intervention? Yeah, we're just dead. I don't even think we're just mostly dead. I don't think I can see a way through here. I'm going to look at my deck, though, in case there's something I'm forgetting about intervention. Because we can intervention for... We get intervention for 4 and just draw 2, but then we don't have anything to draw there. We can draw the Flicker, The flicker would keep us alive. That's quite the stretch, though. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go for information. But we're dead. There's no outs here. Well, see, we got some extra information. I mean, I could counter this, but we're just completely dead, so I'm not going to show them that information. We'll just take the info we're getting and move on. I think we knew that, though. They already... Oh, this is game... No, this is game one. So I was mixing up my opponents. So, yeah, learned something a little bit. Yeah, they got some powerful cards. We got some powerful cards. They found theirs. We got kind of one super powerful card and then a bunch of stuff. We could do Stern Dismissal. Seems like another place where Stern Dismissal could be good. Anything else? Don't like any of that. Could cut the bearers. We are at 1410 plus an omen. You cut a mantle. Looks like they're very proactive. They are not, they haven't shown anything that's out to get us. So I think I'm going to cut a mantle for the inclusion of the dismissal. No, we don't have plummet, and we're not adding green. I mean, I would just say we are a white-blue deck here. So these are really our options. And I think we are fine here, so I'm going to run it with this. Not great, but I'm keeping this. We have 2 lands. Our whole hand is that color of our 2 land, and we have a reasonable curve out. And we don't have a 2. It's hard to call something a curve out if you don't have a 2. It's really where the curve out starts. But I like what we're looking at from 3+. All right. Third land, just what we wanted. We take an island, of course, but third land of any kind is what we really needed. All right, you even take a 4th land for this Pegasus, but now we're starting to get in the place where we wouldn't mind seeing some islands. We could play the Pilgrim, but we really have, the only things left in the deck are blue auras, because we have our Commanding Presence and our Sentinel's Eyes here. So rather than go get a blue aura that we can't even cast, I'm going to play a Dawn Evangel that at least has more power. Oh, bad news for Oppo. We are going to try and take advantage of it. I mean, they have 2 mana. They could have, like, Return to Nature, which would be such a blowout from someone who is clearly struggling. So actually, I'm just going to go with Pegasus. I'm not going to risk a Return to Nature blowout and, like, try to presence up the Evangel. Yeah, I don't want to gamble East. We shouldn't gamble against an opponent who's discarding to hand size and play something that would actually conceivably give them a blowout with a common spell, a common heavily played spell. So we're just gonna build out our board. Pilgrim and Eyes could be another thing to do. Yep. So we could punish, but there's also something to be said here for Pilgrim. Go get. We could do Pilgrim and go get the other mantle, but we were talking about how they're not showing much removal. Although they didn't in game 1, doesn't mean they don't have a snap aura, you know, white aura to lock this down in case of that. Yeah, it seems easy to just slam the presence, but you see what I'm saying? Like, we could actually set up a protected Pegasus presence. Trouble with eyes and lifelink is it doesn't actually get us through the wardens. So that's the reason to do it. I am going to go with the presence play. I had to think it through, though, and I'm doing this in many ways because it lets us get through the wardens. I don't think we should put... We could put... What does Eyes on Evangel get us? I think we should just keep... If we're going to put Eyes, let's just go all in on this flyer. We've kind of put our eggs in this basket. We'll see how it plays. But if we can untap and Pilgrim for our mantle, then we should just win. I'm gonna do... We can do this and Pilgrim for mantle. We can also get Fishify, of course, but I'd rather just protect our dragon than get some removal. So they need something for the Pegasus this turn. Well, they have 3 turns as it sits. 1 to block here, 1 more that they can take, and then they're dead. So they have 3 turns, and they need to continue. Like, they have to do this, get rid of our Starlet, and then now they have 2 turns to find something else. And they might. We're trying here. But now we get to attack with everything, and it's basically... they oh, or we just win. How about we just win? Everyone just win? Who's on Team Just Win? I'm on Team Just Win. Fair enough, Fool. Fool's on Team Draw Cards. I'm on Team Just Win, but I have a healthy respect for those on Team Draw Cards. Thank you so much for hanging out today, everybody. Got a big crowd relative to my usual stream because I assume there's a lot of people who can't find their usual streamers because they're traveling back from the big tournament this weekend. And I'm really happy to have you all here. If you don't have me followed, if you just happen to hang out today and you're checking out the stream and you don't hate what you see, I wouldn't hate a follow. You know, just get a little notification in the future when I'm going to jump on and maybe you come back and hang with us again. That'd be sweet. We have a lot of fun here. This is one of my favorite things to do with my day. Best part of my days, hanging out with you all. And I think we have the best chat on Twitch, but I admit that I'm biased. So do we like everything going on here on the 10-7 front? Maybe we can go back to 9-8. We did add a blue card in. I'm going to run it back. I don't know what you think you're trying to convince me of, Nantuko. Because if you're trying to convince me that I don't have the best chat on Twitch, you're going to fail, so we'll just give up. All right, easy keep. Yeah, can Luis Scott Vargas do this at the click of a button?
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
I don't think so. So, we racing? What's going on here? Do we take this trade? It's a trade for the hero or a trick. Yeah, I think we're the control deck here. They're the more the aggro deck. Let's offer for trick or creature. Ooh, a meme redemption, I missed it. Oh, sail away, you got it, Mama. This is Mama's favorite meme. Where'd it go? I gotta find it. There it is.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
Okay, let's get back to business. Yeah, we'll pilgrim it up. What are we gonna get? Probably our commanding presence. We've got a Pegasus and a mantle to protect it. We can get removal too, sure. Just want to get removal. I was looking at commanding presence because we have the mantle for protection in hand right now. But this is like our only removal spell in the deck, so not the worst idea to get that either. Oh, that's not me though. That was our friend Woody. Woody's dad did the genius or grifter story. Yes, meteor shower redemption. You got it. All right, well, we found our other pilgrim, so nice. We get that commanding presence later anyway. I'm not sure what they're doing with 4 mana and no plays and 4 cards, but we're going to run out our Pegasus and try and get that to work. Probably Vanilla Ice is my favorite after Rat Burglar. My son made both of those. Different people have made these memes, and my son made Rat Burglar and the Ice Ice Baby. I have done a lot of looking Wizards Lizard into copyright laws on streaming, and basically, I do believe that what I'm doing with these memes qualifies under fair use, and if anybody who owns the IPs disagreed with me, they would have to start by sending me a cease and desist, and then I would have a chance to remove the stuff. So I feel like I'm in the clear legally, and if someone disagreed with me, it doesn't like end my stream. It just means I have some extra work to do. All right, sorry, talking legal stuff and lost out on a hourglass. That happens a lot around here. I'm always working on low hourglasses. Yes, well, you can do it. It's just that you can't then. So the trouble with like playing Spotify all while I'm streaming is, first, I don't mind foisting my musical opinions on you guys at the beginning of the show for one song, but I don't really like forcing music on people during the entire stream, and it then VOD mutes my entire stream, and I can't port it to YouTube at all. Yes, now we go Pilgrim for commanding presence. We have the Starlit Mantle at the ready. I love music too much to play it constantly for you all. That's how I look at it. Yeah, there's lots of stuff that does not get the mute, and is nice, and also video game music Nantuko is maybe less like it's kind of living its purpose as opposed to as opposed to not. Yeah, I didn't want to trade on the mantle front. That's annoying, but actually not too bad with the commanding presence. If we draw a land, we have a land, never mind. We have commanding presence with Starlit Mantle backup. I think we're in fantastic shape. Oh yeah, we can just fishify that too. Lots of things. Ooh, we can go... If we go Envoy, we have 4 mana. This costs 3 and this costs 1. So we can go Envoy, Presence, still have Mantle. And I like that. They can have the Archon for a turn. We can fishify it later. Oh, I love singing. Someday I'll do I haven't planned it yet. Actually, my daughter, who's just around the corner there, one of my musical themes one of these weeks is going to be my daughter and I karaokeing a bunch of songs. My daughter is very musical and plays and writes her own music and stuff, and we have a family tradition of the car karaoke playlist. So when I'm driving with my daughter, we throw on our karaoke playlist and shuffle up probably 30 to 50 songs that we love to sing together. And then we even have printouts of the lyrics of those songs in our glove box. So if you ever ride along with us and want to join in and don't know the words, you can pop the lyrics out of the glove box. I did know about that. I've looked into it, and it seems not what I want to do, actually. Love me, say that you love me. Good point, Oni. Maybe I need to get some Love Fool on starting Song of the Day soon. Show them what it's about. No, but we haven't watched Jeopardy much, Nantuko. We kind of get into Jeopardy. Sorry, here, let me not avoid. I gotta not get more hourglass losses here. Let me play some Magic. But and I'll explain the Jeopardy thing. A lot of people here have no idea the context of what you're talking about. Let's also make sure this is not just the... Actually, I think we just want to go lifelink first strike here. I don't know how they beat this backed up by Mantle. So I just want to keep doing this, right? I mean, this has got to be job 1, and then we figure out what else we're doing along with it. So we could play the Lyre and still have the 1 mana for the Mantle. And yeah, let's do that. Let's get the Lyre out and still have the Mantle up. And then at the end of their turn, we can even tap down the Envoy if we want to. Yeah, we won't tap anything down unless we get to end of turn without needing the Mantle and feeling like we don't need to hold the Mantle up. Sometimes you don't even want to tap out at the end of their turn, because then they have an instant while your shields are down. No, I don't think we've seen any interaction used this game yet. Let's see what they do with this scry. Bottom, bottom, that's great. Bottom, bottom, and only a green mana available, and only an on, like, so 2 mana flash aura could work, but there's nothing they can do for 1 green, so we can go ahead and tap the envoy down. Yeah, we'll take this action though. It's hardly an important tap down. Here, I think I like, you can probably fishify the Archon, or we could just tap the Archon. I do want to activate this every turn though. Like, my plan A right now is lifelink Vigilant 4/5 every turn. And that means we don't need to tap anything. So I continue to just feel like this plan A is so strong. In case they find the other Archon. Oh, yeah, sure. Well, we got first strike. We would love for them to double block. Well, if they have Mystic Presence for the repeal, I guess we have to tip the cap there. Good to figure it out, but I can't really justify playing around that. Like, it's not like we're not going to not attack because that might be the case. And also, we do have Starlit Mantle as a backup plan there, too. Okay. Looks like they're going to get 1 swing in with their own commanding. But now we know exactly where our Fishify is going, right? Oh, I could have tapped it down. I should have done that. But we can fish and tap still. No, they'll get 2. I screwed up. I should have just tapped when it went down, but it's actually okay. We can tap something else. A little surprised they even want to attack. Yeah, you could argue that's a punt. I mean, if I could go back in time, I would just tap this down with the Liar, although maybe not. Like, I really want to keep the mantle up for our Pegasus. So I think even if I could go back and think it over, I would probably keep the mantle up anyway. But again, I need to... My punt is not thinking about it. Sometimes you fail to think about something and then realize you wouldn't have done it anyway. But in this... So I like to remind myself, hey, remember that stuff. So, not a punt in the game decision, but I could have played tighter by remembering to actually think about it. I'm doing 3 because it keeps the mantle up, and I'm going to tap the other biggish flyer. I'm going to decline to untap the Liar because I'm going to go for the Fishify play on the Archon anyway. It's not like it turns it into an 0-1. It's got the presence on it, but it basically nullifies it as a going concern for us. All right, Oppo's deciding it's chump time. That's fine with me. Oppo still does not know about our mantle as well, so hopefully we just, if they're already chumping, that this should get there on mantle strength. Oh yeah, the Iron Man cover on the Cardigans album is fantastic. If you've never heard the Cardigans cover Iron Man, go check that out. Maybe I'll do a covers week and use that. That's one of my favorite covers. The best covers kind of reinvent the song in the mold of the band doing the cover, and certainly the Cardigans pull that off. Yeah, sorry, I'm covered up. We are 1-1 here. I used to have in fact, our friend here, Oni, is the one who made my screen layout. If you dig the theme of my stream, my channel, that's from Oni. But it was made at the time where you could see the missing win information over here, and they've changed it now. Well, we don't need to chump. I mean, we have first strike. Like, what are they doing, do you think? What's their blowout? Because we have a 5-6. And what could they do to make this actually win? Like, I don't even see much danger, although we might as well just do this. Like, let's throw some pretty useless creatures on it and see what they want to do here. You know,
I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
You think they're trying to get it back or something? Doesn't it if it dies, it doesn't do its thing, right? Because it's lost its abilities. Well, I still think whatever they're up to, they don't know about our mantle. Yeah, see, I mean, again, it's still kind of fine, even with this. If they're going to put that on top, now I feel safe in running out this Omen. And we're definitely going to untap the Liar because we want... Oh, I got Stern Dismissal to make it fairly moot. But basically, I was thinking, I will not repeat the mistake. This time, I will tap down the thing, going to get the presence before it lands. And I still do want... Maybe we can start getting away without doing the lifelink thing. But 5 mana lets us do 4 to the Liar and 1 to the Mantle, which is fine with me. So I'm still going to go for the lifelink attack. Yeah, Glory Bearers will get there eventually, but we don't need it right now. I like continuing to activate a 4/5 first strike lifelinker flyer. You know, this is crazy. This is Sarah Angel plus, and we're just going to ride that out until Oppo gives us a reason to change our plan. Ah, Nantuko reminding me about Jeopardy. So Nantuko is bringing up my tales of... So my family has a Jeopardy watching game in which we do... When they announce the category of Final Jeopardy before hitting the commercial break, during the commercial break, we come up with our answer to Final Jeopardy. Now, they haven't done... Well, the answer. We come up with our question for Final Jeopardy during the commercial break before we even know what the answer is. And... it's one of the toughest ways to play Jeopardy, but I'm currently leading... I'm leading... I think I have 3 now. I'm 3 to 2 to 1 to 0 in our house. Walt Whitman is a good generic answer. Once you start playing that game, AVB, you start to realize that there are, you know, it's not as hard as you think. Like, there are some categories that really reveal themselves, and also Jeopardy really focuses on a lot of recent news and stuff, so you can often reverse engineer answers. Like one of mine that I was really proud of, hold on a second here, let's see, where are we? We're on their turn, going to attackers. Let's see. We're going to take this action anyway. One of my wins was Oscar-winning directors, and the question came out shortly after I had heard, like, for Mel Gibson for Braveheart had some unique thing about his Oscar directing win there. It was like maybe it was the first time someone got Best Director for their first picture. I don't know. There was something about Mel Gibson's directorial win for Braveheart that I knew was statistically weird, and so I just guessed Mel Gibson, and I got that one. So, all right. Yeah, sorry, I'm being mean to Oppo here. We can Dream Trawler and make him scoop. Sorry, Oppo. I'm chatting on stream. I'm not trying to be mean to you. But I will send this in now. Yeah, Dream Trawler is... I've beaten it once because I was so ahead on board that we could attack through it when it came down and even overcome its lifelink. But that's the only time I've ever beaten it. Because I'm too distracted. I'm sure I send the flyer if I'm not streaming here, but like... I'm also getting lazy. Between Spirit Mantle, Dismissal, Commanding Presence, Pegasus, and Trawler, I just don't see how we lose, and so I'm not... I'm just not locked in quite the same way here. Yeah, Liar is a good answer to Trawler. That's how you can beat Trawler, so if you happen to have a Liar. Uncommon artifact answer. All right, I think this is win. Just got to tap it down and attack. There we go. All right, everybody, we made our money back, and because we won some gold and some boosters, I think it's safe to say we found profit. We got profit, so here's your profit meme. Yeah, we're pretty far off from this intervention, but the rest of this hand looks great, so we're going to keep. Do need some land. Any land is a happy draw, though. We get to pilgrim it up. Although, I'm going to try and get that beetle. If they come up with a 4-1, you know, the Chimera, the green Chimera. Makes sense. In the 3-0 bracket, we'd see Beetle into Chimera, but I was hoping we'd have this chance to Omen and kill the Beetle. Not greed. How am I punished for greed, Panda? Come on now. What's the... They're both 3-mana plays. I'm just sad that we didn't actually get to kill the Beetle. Could have liared it and tapped it down. I don't know what you're talking about. If we play the liar this turn, it's a 3/3 that attacks us. And then you want to untap and tap it down. I mean, we'll get there eventually. I don't think liar is the answer we should be pursuing with the Horned Beetle when we have this play available. Heck, we can offer Envoy and all this stuff for it too. You know, just triple block it. Although it'll be a 4/4 next turn. So now do we Pilgrim Fishify even though we don't have the fish yet? And also the Horned Beetle will still be big in that spot. We can go hero and actually try and triple block. Go hero plus Envoy plus 1/1, and then we threaten a 2-for-1. Yeah, this puts the most power on board. And if we find a land, we can go Pilgrim Eyes on the hero, and then that will be okay. Or we could just go Pilgrim. I'm going to use all my mana this turn. And Commanding Presence still isn't enough. The Beetle's going to get out of range of that pretty soon. I think we got to go Eyes or Presence. Or we could get the fish and just hope we find blue and play it. If we get Fishify and play it, it goes to 2 counters and becomes a 2/3. I think I have to get the Fishify because none of the other aura plans actually solve the beetle problem, whereas getting a Fishify would, and an island after this would solve the beetle problem, which is what we're going to lose to right now. So don't know if we can beat 2, although if we find yeah, this is rough. This is rough. The thing is, I don't want to block and like we could threaten that block. We could threaten a block I don't want to make, but then what kind of spot are we actually in? All right, for sure we needed a land there to have any chance. So this game is pretty much over. Yeah, Coolio. But let's say they did not find a second beetle to at least explain my fish plan. So we get a Fishify. We get lucky and draw an island here. We play our island out. We Fishify their 4/4, and it becomes a 2/3. A 2/3 that does not get bigger. I have this mostly dead clip, but I think we're just dead. I'll play it, but I think we're actually just dead.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Still, let's go ahead and play the hero. Correct, Swordsman. The liar doesn't check after the fact as to whether or not the creature still qualifies on the power conditions. It only checks at the time of tapping. So it starts with this working. And it continues with us finding that island right now, and Oppo not doing much. That's pretty something. Another land, but not the island we really needed. Do we bother showing them anything more? I think not, folks. I think we are close enough to dead here that I'm going to let it go. Do we want dismiss? What are we doing with dismiss? I guess we're resetting beetles with a dismissal. Could have liared the beetle. Did we have the liar out? We didn't have the liar out yet. So the only thing I could have done on the liar is what someone was saying I was being greedy for by not just going liar on 3 and instead taking the chance that they did not have a chimera and that we could just eat the beetle. I think it was the correct chance to take. Even if the deck has even a couple of chimeras, the specific chance that they're going to go horn beetle into chimera isn't high enough for me to want to pass on the chance to try and omen ourselves to a dead beetle. Yeah, flicker resets counters, and we've got that going already. But let's bring in the dismissal. Let's cut 1 Pegasus. And do we want anything else in here? We can bring this. Not really. Let's just do this. Yeah, second beetle would have then got us, but we maybe can deal with the second beetle via gang blocks. Woof. Not the hand for us. And not much better, but I can't go to 5, so we're going to keep this on the strength of the liar and the fishify. And we are going to give up on the eyes, probably. I think the eyes is the least important card here. Plus, we can go find it with Pilgrim if it becomes more important to us. All right, found our white, and right on time, we get to drop a Lost Pride. Well, we could liar or fishify. Kind of like offer, trade, and then liar. And then if they have the chimera, we can tap it next turn. Would cost us our whole turn. We could just shut it down right now. Yeah, they could have enchantment removal, but if that's what they're doing with their third turn, that's okay. You just want to fishify? Fishify lets us play Pegasus or next turn if we find a land, which is appealing to me as well. Because if we go liar, although if they don't make the beetle bigger, we don't have to tap the beetle either. All right, chat seems to be leaning liar. I'll do it. I think it's pretty close, so I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about it. Generally, when your decisions get that finite, you have a pretty narrow win percent range that you're changing. Sorry, is what I mean. Like, if this play is whatever percent, this play probably wasn't that much of a different percent impact to our long-term win percentage. I was gonna say, if we found a land, we at least get Wayfarer plus Liar. You fish it? Why not just tap it down? It just means Liar, yeah, it's kind of locked on Beetle forever. This is a little bit aggro to attack. Maybe I should have just kept this back on D. Yeah, Warfern is calling out the same thing. I just was instinctively aggressive, but also thinking that we have things like Wayfarer to trade off with it pretty easily. All right, there's some land. But I'll stay back now. We'll try and trade off. We would love to send either of these, trade off with either of these and then pride it away. Yeah, basically figuring Liar is the Horn Beetle removal right now, and that's just going to be the way it is. Arachnir's only a problem for our flyers if we fail to trade the Leonin for it, which is why if they attack with just Chimera, we probably just take it and then try and trade something like Wayfarer for Chimera. Pilgrim, you say? We can go get our Sentinel's Eyes and put it on the Pegasus, but yeah, they're pretty far away from getting the chain web back out, so I'm fine with Arachnir's far from escaping. We could just fishify the Arachnir though. Although if they trade with the Arachnir, we get to pretty, you know, the Leonin just becomes the Arachnir killer. Yeah, I'm gonna start with an attack here. Oh, it's very far off from escaping, but these types of decks can fill up the yard. Go Pilgrim. And Presence or Mantle? We could Mantle and protect our Pegasus. I think I just will take the Commanding Presence though. And put a Wayfarer down too. Yeah, Relentless Pursuit is the big green card that can fill up a green deck's graveyard awfully quickly. Boom, just like that. Yeah, that's kind of where I landed, Panda. Pegasus wasn't really worth protecting without the presence. Ooh, I've never played against Erebos before. What does it even do? Erebos is indestructible. Yeah. Whenever another creature you control dies, you may pay 2 life if you do draw a card. 1 in a black sack. Target creature gets -2/-1 until end of turn. Wow. So now they've got a decent yard. If they do this, 4 others, they now have the ability to chain web. So I think we can actually fishify the spider and then start hitting in the air, right? But they can sack it. Fishifying doesn't really help because they can use Erebos to sack it. Although they don't have... Oh, they have the 1 black. Well, Erebos is never going to be a creature. So how do we win against these troublesome creatures? Well, we can still... No, they can, because they use Erebos to sack it. Yeah, we can put presence on the Leonin. Oh no! I did this because I didn't want to do nothing. I can do this. Oh man. Now it's kind of like dead, but I'm going to make him do it. No, I don't want to attack. I don't want to give him a dead spider. Even though they can kill their own spider, I want to make them spend the mana to do that rather than just giving them a dead spider for free. This is a really tough spot, folks. I'm kind of running out of time because I can't find a line that I like. There's no good line here with Airborough setting up this spider. So we're going to see if top deck, like a mantle would be good here. Yeah, we could fish the carry to shut off Erebos. That's an interesting thought. But too late now. Oh, well, thanks. Just like that, little Oppo punt gives us some wiggle room. All right, so they're going for the final death. We need to now find some stuff, but we have some other flyers. Oh, bounty. One turn too late for this life's bounty. Do we care about that? Should we offer up Pilgrim? Yeah, you can have a Pilgrim or a Wayfarer. Oh, we'll leave the Wayfarer to block on the way back. We could attack with... Yeah, I'm going to do it like this. Keep sending in stuff. Fishify on Caryatid is still an option. The trouble is then they find a swamp and we feel really, really stupid, and then or they play Eutropia and we don't have removal for that and we feel dumb. Well, how do we win, Zebra? What's your plan then, Zebra? Like, I mean, I don't want the plan to be we just sit here waiting to die, and they're at 10 life. So, giving them cards at 2 life a pop seems like an actual way to get there. And, well, I can't be aggressive by casting the Presence now because we really want to Fishify Eutropia. Yeah, that was another suggestion that came up, but I'm not quite ready to... obviously, I decided against it. Maybe that's wrong for my win percentage, but it felt weak to me. Now we're going to be facing 3 +1/+1 counters on something. If we send in Wayfarer, I'm generally pretty happy with the results here, so I'll send in Wayfarer. They can take 2 to draw a card, but it's really plan A is getting them low enough to die. Is it non-token? Another creature, so tokens even count here. Yeah, it seems like blue is their splash, huh? And also from game 1, I feel like we were up against a black-green deck in game 1, and then suddenly we're not in game 2. I think they just are missing their black mana. Yeah, nothing to do about that. At least it's not lifelink. Gotta take it. Hey, Blue Spirit Lady, thanks for the shout out there. Love to hear that. Always delightful to know that people migrate from YouTube to here. And for those of you who are new here and want to see some of my older content, well, go to my YouTube channel. Plenty of videos there too. I have good playlists, so if you're looking for, like, maybe they bring back, let's say they bring back Ravnica Allegiance. Well, you could go to my Ravnica Allegiance playlist and check out some old RNA drafts to kind of brush up on that format, you know? Well, land, certainly not what we wanted, and presence at some point has to just be the play. I think that time is now. Do we want it on the bounty or the evangel? If we put it on the evangel, we can actually save the evangel with the bounty, so let's do it that way. We miss out on the lifelink, and the reason to do it here is we get 3 power first strike lifelink, but I don't think that's as important here as extra power, although we're also at the point where can we even race? Like, if I put this here and we attack, what's happening? We got a 5-2 we're dealing with now. All right, I'm going to put it on the evangel because we can protect it. We need the defense. I don't think we're racing anymore. Now we're kind of holding out for Trawler. And this way, sack the beetle to kill the bounty. Yeah, but yeah, right. Good point. So we have it on in the right place, but we can't really attack. Yep, good point, chat. It would have been bad to put it there. Ooh, well, this... How is this... Wait, why is this even working? Whenever a creature dies, if an aura you controlled was attached to it, return target creature card with your... What did they kill? What am I missing? I don't even... Oh, from Oppo's creature. I don't know what happened there, folks. I'm very confused right now. Yeah, that was my intent. I thought, I got very confused there. I'm still confused. I see. At least I understand now. Magic is hard. Yeah, I guess what confused me there is the thing they did to trigger the stuff that was confusing went off of the stack. So there was nothing on the stack to show me what just happened. So when I didn't see Eutropia die, I got very confused as to what the heck was going on. Sorry about that. Yeah, if you miss the thing that caused the stuff to happen, it can get very confusing in Magic. All right. Got some land to find, but I like where we're at. Otherwise... Just happy we're finding land, and I'm going to attack, and we will see if we can't get him to attack into the Omen. Yeah, Intangible. It was a feature we wanted when I was still on the team, but we just didn't have the time at that point. So, I know they can activate and go unblockable, but it uses up their whole turn to do so, so let's make them do it. I'm kind of hoping they would attack before playing a land, and then we'd really get them. But it was good to make them spend their whole turn on that. And unfortunately, we did not find more land. I'm going to leave one of these back to keep them honest on this Devourer. And then we'll play Dawn Evangel. I guess we had a technical block on this without the 1/1, but I still like, in case they kill the Evangel or something, it's nice to threaten this. But maybe I just should have attacked with this. Have them at 16 right now. Yeah, they should probably be at 16. They weren't gonna attack into that, it looks like. Now, we can't really do anything. We do have the intervention that can be used to counter something if it comes up. But we're primarily hoping to scry and find land. No, I think you can only select from the cards that you see. So if I go Thassa's and draw, it'll draw 1. Boy, is this worth countering? Do we care? No, I'd rather just Omen. There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen on the product. A lot of the team is, if you consider new sets a new feature, they add new features all the time in this game. So there's that. But also, a lot of times what happens in development is the team takes a lot of shortcuts to get to the finish line. We're going to binning everything that's not land. And then they make it to the finish line, but their shortcuts have cost them coding quality, and they take a lot of time to harden their existing code. They call it, refactoring, or what do they call it? Programmer debt. Technical debt. Technical debt is a common term in software development, saying basically, yeah, I did a sloppy job before, and I need to go back and tighten it up. So if they had a lot of technical debt, they could have been doing a lot of work on this game that none of us even really noticed. So anyway, back to this game. They've got 2 mana up. They can't counter. Let's drop a Peggy. Yeah, so often the answer when you say to yourself, why hasn't this dev team done more for this game I love? It's because they're paying down tech debt. That's a weird one to use there. Like, I can't believe they didn't want that on the Pegasus. I'm like happy to let this Evangel go. We don't even really like it that much.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you, Cardio. Oh, did I have mana? I don't think we had mana up. We were tapped out. So now we don't have... Well, we have the intervention, so I'm not going to go for the lifelink here. I was not? I had 4 mana and I played a Pegasus last turn. What are you talking about? I think I was. I played a land this turn, I played Pegasus last turn, so how could I have not? It was during upkeep? No, they did it on their turn. Oh, that was a gift? Thanks, Mama. Nice of you. We're going to let him have that. And draw 2 of our own. I like our spot better with the double mantle and the trawler. They're racing. We're gonna accept this. I just want to find land. They can have the Mogus too. We are just all about drawing cards, getting our land, getting our trawler down. And so we'll take the island and the presence. And I'm even going to leave the Pegasus back now. Like, how do we lose? Well, maybe I should. I just don't want to lose. And the Pegasus is a decent blocker here. I'm going to send the Envoy and leave the Peggy. Like, one of the ways you lose with Trawler is, like, they do something to force us to tap it and then actually have enough combat to be lethal. Yeah, Trawler is a 2-turn clock in and of itself. Of course, we've got this Witness now blocking. Presence on Trawler is going to be fairly GG, I think. If Trawler alone is not GG enough for you. And actually gonna go... I'll leave that back. If they block the Pegasus, I'll throw a mantle on it, and then they bounce. Oh yeah, it was a free attack. It doesn't, like... We have this anyway. Yeah, we could have had lethal there, sorry. I shouldn't give Oppo an extra turn, but this one is so in the bag. I don't know, you can call it a punt if you want, but they didn't have... I guess we could have been punished by, like, a... if they'd drawn the sweeper. Are we happy? Let's see. We're looking at Esper, Hateful Eidolon, so kind of Esper auras? I don't know. They're all over the place. Dismissal then comes back in. And I'm going to drop one Peggy again for that. I like the dismissal because they're showing some aura stuff. Can't keep this. This looks good though. What do we throw back? Maybe the intervention? Or do we throw intervention or planes here? What do you like? What do you want to return? Intervention or planes? Intervention helps us recover from the mole. Planes is the greedy play. Intervention's kind of the grown-up play. All right, I'll be the grown-up. I'm usually pretty greedy here, but this is a pretty nice open. If we just be adult about it. Queen, you're saving up for the sweet new lands. Understandable, they're pretty cool. Trawler, hello, good to see you. Welcome. We could... one question against black auras is, do we protect Trawler against the aspect, the discard 2? And if so, what does that protection look like? Like, what do we do? Because... if we want to protect this against discard, we need to not play one of these two, basically. And I think this is more important. So I'm going to start here. Oh man, East, I love... tax rants are... the tax code in the U.S. is just criminal. And not in terms of how much we tax people, but like that our system is ridiculous. It's... all about making money for tax preparation services. Oh, you have advice too? Sure. All right, let's see what we get here. We got Eidolon Erasure. What is this? This is a rare. Enter exile target spell. Can't... so this is like a counter spell, right? Counter spell. We can't ever remove it or anything though. Instructor is fine. Kind of go Instructor, Eidolon. Look at this. I'm at 0 bars. I had to choose something. I'm not sure that was correct, but I had to choose something. Sorry, this is the cost of lower hourglasses. I definitely make some boneheaded plays because the alternative, like, let me tell you, I think that split was wrong, but letting it time out on me, I guarantee you would have been a lot worse, because then they just get all 3. So... this is where if we want to protect against discard, we need to hold. But we may be in a spot where we also need to... I'm going to hold this because what I want to do is bait out their counterspell with this. They have a good attack back, although pretty okay with like blocking with both of these. Do we want to 2-for-1 ourselves? No. If we don't, I'll just use the Liar this turn. So let's go ahead and attack with the Envoy, and we'll Liar the 3 power. They might go shields down too, so we're just looking for either shields down or giving them something else to counter. Now I think we have to run out the Pegasus, even though we can't draw out the counter spell, simply because they're actually producing a reasonable offensive force here. So I think we are going to go with a Pegasus and then try to find something else to bait out the counter or a shields down moment to get out the Trawler. All right. This could be the most brutal discard 2 we have ever felt if we lose these 2, but I do think we should play one of these out. I mean, do you think, are we protecting against that? How can we protect against that? I think we just have to risk it. I think it's too tight and too nitty to protect against discard 2 at this point, and we just have to say, you know, if they have it, they get us, and we try to win with the Pegasus at that point. Like, it's tough. So cross your fingers, hope we untap with Trawler and Presence still in hand. But be ready, this could hurt. Brace yourselves. Don't hurt me. Come on, Nod. Don't do it. Interesting taps, because it still leaves them with counter target creature mana from the common. Well. Interesting that they decided that this was worth playing as opposed to keeping this up. It really makes me think one of these other 2 cards is the that counter spell, and I think I want to draw it out with the Commanding Presence. So let's draw out the Deny with Commanding Presence, or find out that they don't have it. Yeah, it does cost 1 less. Oh yeah, so they can just use this, right? Good call. So I was thinking it was the other thing, but it's this. We're still going to bait it out, right? So let's do this. I'm happy to do this. Bait the Commanding Presence to set the table for the Trawler. Wow, okay. That usually means they've got some solution in hand almost. But I'm going to go ahead and activate an attack. There's no way this plays, though. They have a counter. They don't let that happen if they don't have to counter it. Okay, that's fine. Actually, we can sacrifice this. It's much better. I was thinking that was our only one, but this is good for us. Well, I don't know if Oppo punted. Oppo had this card, yeah, I think they did punt. They should have just countered this, although maybe they're sniping and know we have Dream Trawler and are actually doing it right. We showed them Trawler in one, right? So they're also maybe saving this, figuring out that's the only way they beat Trawler. Yeah, it doesn't even necessarily need to be sniping. I was joking, Haj, like Oppo saw the Trawler in one, right? So they could just be playing a hyper paranoid Trawler game here. They're probably not. Most people, of the times that sniping comes up as a possibility, it's been, I only think it's been true maybe 2 or 3 times. Now they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. They can't sit here and let this Sun Maiden Pegasus swing for 4 lifelink vigilant first strike token making every turn. Yeah, it's not literally a counterspell, but its effect is a counterspell. And we actually don't have any enchantment removal or anything, so it kind of, I guess we could flicker it at some point. We do have a flicker in here. And I'll keep declining this. Mantle, nice. All right. Welcome, everybody. We fell down to like under 400 and then, or under 500, now back up to well over 500. Just got all sorts of people hanging today. What a lovely surprise, all these new viewers. Again, if you're new around here, thanks for hanging. I created limited resources with Marshall Sutcliffe before working at Wizards for 7 years, and now I stream weekday mornings Pacific. And if you're liking what you're seeing, give me a follow. Maybe you'll join us again sometime. That'd be awesome. It's been fluctuating. The viewer count on my monitor has been all over the place, really. It has come up a lot lately, Squirrel. This is my 5th Dream Trawler deck in the format, 4th on air. Alrighty, we are on the cusp of bringing this to the finish line. I'm going to add this to my decks to import, and I'm going to take a short bio break, refresh my beverage, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to play our final match and get to 5 wins, right? Right. BRB. Hey everybody, I am back. Thanks for waiting. Let's jump right back in. I think I'll draft some more after this. Or maybe we won't draft again. We have, I mean, with 500 plus viewers and another draft to finish on my other account, maybe we should hop back to our main free-to-play and polish off that other one. I'm gonna play. Looks good. I get it, War Furnace, but it's better than me not leaving. Oh, thanks. Let me get you the right view. Now I'll probably stick to. We'll talk. Let's get through here and see what we're doing. Never really mind seeing this on turn 1. It's turn 13 that the Eidolon of Philosophy gets a little uncomfortable to see. Green, blue, and an Eidolon of Philosophy makes me think they have Eutropia in their deck. I haven't made a meme-less redemption, sorry, Scotty, but the memes we have are Mostly Dead, Timoret, the Prophet meme, Once Upon a Time, Meteor Golem, Spectral Sailor, Rat Burglar, Thunder Drake, Weird Science, the Chillbringer, Ice Ice Baby. Those are your options. Whoops. All right, Grove Dancer is whatever. We're gonna Pilgrim. I'm gonna send the Envoy. And probably just Pilgrim for the Commanding Presence. Could get Starlit Mantle. Yeah, we'll just get Presence, though. Presence is great. And we've got a Sail Away Redemption, so I'll get on that.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
And then the... What do we have? Oh, Weird Science. Yes, here you go.
Weird science.
Oppo in the tank here, not sure why. I told you. Just knew they had a Eutropia. They're in the 4-1 bracket and are blue-green with a turn 1 enchantment creature. Yeah, that's a Eutropia deck right there. We could Fishify Eutropia, but I kind of like just going for the air here. Let him have one turn with Eutropia, and then we'll Fishify after and start with Presence. Kind of like that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Now, if they come up with 2 enchantment creatures, that'll be a little bit of a bummer. I'm cool with them having 1 Eutropia activation. Double spell both enchantments would be a little bit sad, but... Prehensile Wang doing some quality assurance testing on my channel point redemptions. I don't think I put a cap there. Yeah, but Wang is suggesting I should... oh, there is a cap. There you go. All right, so Wang did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rat burglars. Well, I'm going to do it... I'm going to pepper them in here. Here's your first one.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
All right, now we'll Fishify Eutropia. Yes, if you go to our Discord, you can suggest meme ideas. Oh, yes, the other thing that you can do with your points, as Mama is showing, is muck with our lunchboxes. Chat has kind of determined that this is the prime spot, the prime lunchbox spot. So Mama loves her the Holly Hobby lunchbox and likes to lock it into that corner. Trawler time if they tap out of blue, but I don't see sending Trawler into open deny mana. Here's Wang's second rat burglar.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Well, we got a decision to make since they do indeed have deny mana, but how long do we go in trying to get them to play something that they might be denying? Yeah, I think we probably just have to drop the trawler and hope they don't have deny here. It depends on what we draw, though. I mean, that's a pretty good... Let's send this out. This is worth sending out. They're splashing black. I don't think we're in danger of being discarded, though. So I'm going to run out the Pegasus and feel for this counter here. Long pause, no counter. They do have a Grove Dancer, so the Grove Dancer can explain the pause. It might have just been showboating. But I think that's a pretty good sign they don't have deny. I mean, if you have deny, you're casting it there, right? Why wouldn't you? I mean, what like? How can you allow a 2/3 vigilant lifelinking Pegasus to land if you actually had the counter for it? I think we're good here. Wang got an extra rat burglar from the donated sub, but here's your third purchased rat burglar.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
In fact, given the lack of a counter, I kind of like piling everything on, going for a little lifelink, and seeing if we can't kill this Grove Dancer, and then we just drop a Dream Trawler, and we're incredibly happy, right? Like, we're at 10, they're at 13. The only way we lose this is if we get to 0 before the Dream Trawler can just take over the game, or they have the counter and we just, they got us figured out. So I am actually going to do this. We're going to pile on and... Like, we don't have an interaction here either. Just going to pile everything on. Sonny doesn't... Scotty doesn't like this play. I don't know. What's your line, Scotty? That's okay. They can do whatever they want here. They can really, like... I don't care much. I'm just trying to get them to do stuff and use resources and keep our life total up ahead of Trawler next turn. I wouldn't mind this dead, for one thing. We have cards in our library that would make that a... that would return this to the battlefield. We have the Evangel. And it has trample, so throwing an extra speed bump in case of a pump spell or something. Nah, they don't... I'm convinced that they don't have a counter unless they literally just drew it, because there is nobody except for a sniper who would not counter the Pegasus there. We'll keep the land, just drop the trawl, and see what they think of this. Vexing Gull sets them up to potentially get to a spot where they might be able to double block the trawler, but we have Flicker in that spot. Yeah, flickering the presence onto trawler seems like a good play. Maybe we just do that instead. I don't see how they win against a first striking trawler. Yeah, it's true. Maybe they were like, we can let that resolve because we're going to eat it. But still, I don't think anybody with a counter there just says like, well, I'm not going to use this counter in a window that I have it against a very good creature. It just doesn't read right to me. I like the flicker play. By that we mean flicker the presence onto the trawler. Oh yeah, I could have done it mid-combat. That's true. That was a little sloppy of me. But I'm just again in that mode of like, it just doesn't matter. They just can't beat this. But still, sloppy. I acknowledge. But look, see? That's why, folks. Like, I get, it's wrong. I shouldn't be this lazy. But there's this part of me that's like, I'm going to flicker a commanding presence onto a dream trawler. They're not going to win this game. That's why. Like, I mean, Squirrel, I think calling that a punt Squirrel is a stretch. I think that's a stretch. I think he's a little lazy, suboptimally lazy, but not a punt. They were not winning that game. Yeah, Dionysus level punt there, but whatever. As I say, you can punt whatever you want. And it was certainly not perfect play, but it was an irrelevant decision, really. Anyway, we are up against blue-green, splash-black, heavy auras, heavy enchantments. Means we're gonna... I don't see them... We didn't see any, like, bonus enchantments for them, though. Not stuff that we want, like... that we want to bounce out from under them. Hey, Axiom, I've never said that I'm the greatest player in the world. If you want to watch pro Magic players make fewer mistakes than me, that's cool. But there is no way that I would say I will take on PVD and Asif and any pro you want to name ever when it comes to teaching people to get better at Magic and teaching people to manage their resources better on Arena. That's why people are here. I'm not the best player in the universe, but there's a lot of great reasons to hang out on this stream besides results. Anyway, back here, I didn't really see a reason to Stern Dismissal, though. Like, Stern Dismissal is great when you knock their bonus... you know, I'm just gonna run it back, basically, is what I'm saying. Well, come on. Dude, I can handle it, but if you tell me if top pros watched you play, they would be in agony, and then you say, but hey, not a criticism. Yeah, it kind of is, right? You're kind of saying I suck, which is only in a relative... You're saying I suck relative to two of the best players who ever played, and I would agree with you anyway, so no big deal. But Oppo going first. They're a little bit slow. This is kind of out of place for us, but I think we'll keep on the strength of the rares. Where do you want it, Scotty? You get to choose where it goes. Hey Ryan, top pros would laugh at your play and find it painful to watch, but not a criticism. Locked in. That's the other thing about the rules. Sorry, if you Holly is locked into the top right because of that, but we can put Jedi at another. This is another top spot here if you want Jedi in view. Nah. Axiom, I'm not even, am I whiny right now? I'm sorry if I'm whiny. I'm just laughing that you think calling me a player worthy of cringing at is not criticism. That's all. Like, come on. No whining. No, I had very little. I had nothing, like literal zero, to do with the game's audio. Literal zero. Nah, Axiom's not whining either. Let's stop. Come on. No problem, Axiom. Glad you're here. Yeah, good time. And we haven't even done this one yet. Here.
All right, everyone, chill.
We got ganked, but not really a creature that mattered, but what's that, Tryptamine? Oh, League's back? It wasn't a challenge as much as you think. We're a challenge is going to be winning this game when we have failed. We kept an opener of Wayfarer and some other stuff, and we haven't found anything but land sense, so this is going to be rough to win here. Might have to go to game 3. We'll intervene for a couple of cards if we don't have anything to counter. But taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, pretty tough. We're on a 2-turn clock, and we have nothing to play next turn currently. We basically, in fact, barring an incredible thing that just has to be countered, we need to draw cards just to try and find something to not die next turn. Yeah, we're pretty darn mostly dead.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Well, we're not going to have a choice, Tryptamine, or not, sorry, Haj, right? I mean, we'd like to, but we... And we're going to let that happen. Oh, actually, hold on, cancel. We might want to counter something else. No, I wasn't going to counter. I was going to draw cards, but we should wait here till now. I'll draw cards. Can we find something with the Pilgrim? I mean, I guess the Pilgrim chumps, and then we can get a Fishify. Let's see, yeah, what does Eyes do for us? Eyes lets us block 2 of their ground creatures and keeps us alive. Well, Fish isn't better here because, well, it depends. So Eyes and Mantle and Fish, we cannot play Fish this turn if we get it. And if we do that, we're looking at chumping here, going 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We go to 2 if we chump, but I think we have to get Eyes because it actually threatens to eat these, not just bounce or chump. We need to cast something this turn. So it's eyes or mantle. Both of them do the same thing. Although mantle, maybe let's go mantle. Fish doesn't lose to removal. We can't cast fish. We got to take stuff we can cast, though, right? We need to cast this turn. If we don't cast this turn, then we're just chumping with the Pilgrim, and we need something that allows us to not chump. But to actually... And they know we have it, so I'm not going to mess around. Well, actually, it's worth it, because even if they know we have it, if they find... removal, they can't do it before combat. Yeah, so we'll yeah, eyes on. I kind of went with the more expensive one, but also what this does is if they draw sorcery speed removal, for example, they can't win the game. Eyes recycled on the trawler doesn't, like, trawler is just going to win. You don't need eyes on the trawler to win. Whereas preventing sorcery speed removal from working on Pilgrim here could actually matter. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe I was whining and everybody left. I don't know. Maybe it's that Huey and Newmont came online or something. I don't know what an UB count is. Sub count? Oh. That stuff's hidden. I don't feel any particular need to share that. No blocks, though. Maybe Huey. I'm going to do it now. I'm not going to not play this on the Pilgrim. And again, in case they have sorcery speed stuff, I guess it doesn't really matter. This is... I'm trying to avoid what? I don't even know. I'm just waiting to see what we die to here. All right, well, classic scenario. We're going to play out the trawler and hope that the lifelink is enough and that they don't have a counter. Oh yeah, maybe Magic switched their hosting. Usually I only get a couple of viewers from a Magic host, but maybe it was a good day for it or something. Bottom. Well, let's see if we get to a next turn. Remember, if they have removal, if they find removal for the trawler, so if they put anything on top here, like, I assume if they go top, we're dead, because then they can do something to try and remove trawler. We have to tap it, and then they get through the tapped. That's how I beat trawler. Like, we are in exactly the spot that my opponent was in when I beat their trawler, which is enough on board to kill and one removal spell that can tap the trawler. So there we go. Looks like we're gonna lose this because they put something on top. I can't imagine putting something on top that wouldn't just win him the game right here. But people can be weird, so I don't know. Maybe it's also possible they put they got another flyer and they're gonna try and double block the trawler and the commanding presence will get him. Maybe. I don't think we're going to be able to keep Pilgrim alive if they send in. I mean, we have to put the Pilgrim at risk. Oh my goodness, Queen. I'm glad they found it early, but that's scary. Well, Oppo is trying to figure it out. We have no choices, really. We're blocking with the trawler. We need the lifelink. If they swung with everything, we would be at a virtual... We're at a virtual 5 right now with the trawler. And they can only get 4... Or really 3 through. Really, we just chump there, and they can only get... Yeah, 3 through, so... Alright. We made it to untap with trawler, and board is not being super kind, but getting 7 gets us to 9, and 9 with a chump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, if they have a +3/+3, that's enough to get us. But that's if they don't block with either one of these. So either they lose one of their blockers and the damage isn't as high, or we get commanding presence through and we get a chumper. So we'll go ahead and presence the trawl. Yeah, we can't let them force us to tap the trawler. We got to get some life here. But the presence is nice because they really don't have a choice. They need to lose a creature or give us a blocker. This is comical, though. Endless flooding, but doesn't matter because we got a dream trawler. Although it does matter, we're only at 2. This is nice, though. It represents extra life and extra defense. Yeah, this is incredible. Ah, wow. They did have Gift of Strength in the deck, so yikes. Thanks for spinning that down, although this got us out of range from that anyway. Yeah, they were super bummed because we were going to be attacking in with a 5 toughness Dream Trawler, and they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. They were all psyched to actually beat a Dream Trawler, and it turned out Dream Trawler was not good enough on its own. We actually needed a commanding presence. Wow. Yeah, sorry, Oppo. Read this. No. Okay, so that happens, and it doesn't matter if we run out the Omen first. This will just encourage them to attack. At 11, 5, let's see, this still matters. I mean, we don't have any action here. I think I want to put an upkeep stop for the scry, and then we can go We could kill the Eidolon and just chump the spawn and take a solid chunk, and then we still have another chump for next turn, and then we make another chump with the trawler, and then we scry on upkeep and find extra action. So I think this is good. Liar, Mantle. If we go Liar, we probably want both, and we just go Liar, and we can tap a 2. And then we put Mantle underneath. Well, maybe we don't even need Mantle. What is Mantle really doing? Probably just want... I mean, the thing we already have... I mean, maybe we want Mantle to protect a chump. But I think Mantle does little, so we're going to drop Mantle and keep Liar. Yeah, it is one more lifelink. That's not nothing, but I don't think it's as strong as binning it and looking for... Yeah, Hexproof without tap also doesn't suck. Anybody keeping the Mantle there? Who's... it's too late, but maybe I'll pull it. I'm just curious. Would you have kept the Mantle or not? Yes, no on keeping Mantle. It's not a land. Doesn't mean you should keep it every time, though. Oops. I accidentally attacked all. That was a dumb mistake. But we get another chump, and we get a tap, so we're still in plenty of life condition here. And he got extra point of damage in. I'm going to tap down, while they're tapped out, one of these flyers. Thank you, Fluffy. Well, I don't know if that was perfect, but Trawler can solve a lot of ills, and we took a really tough situation and turned it into a win thanks to Consensus, one of the top handful of cards in the whole set. So doesn't exactly mean I'm all of that, but we got our 5 wins. I thought I already added this. I'll add it again anyway, though. Yeah, that was not exactly like Ryan's awesome at Magic. Ryan's awesome at realizing Dream Trawler's good. Oh yeah, I didn't look at the poll. Interesting. That probably means, again, it was pretty close. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually when those tough decisions are hyper close, it's because the actual impact to your overall win percentage is not super different between the two options. You put your phone in your pocket and accidentally hosted me? That is funny. Well, all of your viewers are watching me now, Fluffy, so thanks. All right, let's claim the prize. Let's celebrate awesome profit. I'll open packs first, though. Yeah, open 10 packs and celebrate profit. All right, well, let's see. I lost the audience that was compelling me to potentially stick around. Let me say goodbye. I'll go to Soapbox here and at least say goodbye to YouTube. I'll open this one too. We're not going to buy pretty lands on this account, but we could do it on the other one. All right, thank you for hanging out, YouTube friends. We found another Dream Trawler, and what do you know? It got us 5 wins. I've gotten several max wins off of Dream Trawlers, although I've failed to max win off Dream Trawler because sometimes You don't draw your dream trawler, and then you have a blue-white deck that's whatever. And but in this case, we got there. Hooray! Thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends. We'll catch you next time.